Alrighty, y'all. So I'm gonna start doing um, a daily devotional, and the reason I'm gonna transition to this is, like, as some of you probably know, in a former life, I'll just give you the whole context, so some of you don't know, and then I'll explain why I'm doing this. So I grew up as a missionary kid in Brazil. I lived in Brazil from the age of 10 to 16 or 17, I believe 17. And at which point I then moved to Montana. My parents, I knew, could not afford college, so it was either the military or an athletic scholarship. At least that's where the options in my brain. And so I chose to do the athletic scholarship route. So I went to Montana. I played 1 year of football in Drummond, Montana, 8-man football team. Um, and there's some people on there who I think I even went that'll see this that are actually in my same class, and was blessed with the opportunity to go to a small school, and I got an athletic scholarship to play football. Um, and long story short, graduated. Then I went to South Korea, met my wife, which is why I'm in North Carolina. She's from. This is a tattoo ring, okay, and it's her name, Beth, in the front, my name in the back in Korean because we met in Korea, and she is from North Carolina. That's why I'm here. Then I went to officer candidate school with the Marines. Best, worst experience of my life, but like would never want to do it again. But through that experience, they're like, hey, Callum, instead of being a Navy officer, would you be willing to lead Marines, Coast Guard sailors, and whatnot as a chaplain? And I said yes. And at the time, I didn't realize what that meant. That meant I had to go get a 98 credit hour master's degree, what's called a Master's of Divinity, an MDiv. So it's like a ton of counseling and then obviously theology. And so because I have though, like that's very much a part of who I am. I figured, why am I holding that back from y'all when it is a gift? It's a talent that I have. And while I was making this one for myself, I figured, you know what? Why in the world am I not sharing this with my epic, with the people that I serve? And I know not everybody's in the same place where I am from a spiritual standpoint, agnostic, atheist, whatever. Regardless, I would strongly encourage you to read these and or listen to me go through them, because it is my strong belief that this can only improve you and make you better. My opinion, like there is a reason that the Bible has stood the test of time, okay, and is the most widely popular read and studied book in human history. I don't think that's an accident. Like, okay, but anyways, that's why I'm doing this. That's why it's coming from. So today, what I want to talk about is Psalm 139, verses 13 through 14. So it says, like right here, you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Okay, so like what I say here, like in today's world, we like to label things, right? We label ourselves, we label others. And like I say here, normally it is not in a positive light. We say things. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm dumb is probably actually what we tell ourselves. That's what I told myself. I'm not disciplined enough to do what I need to do. I'm fat. I'm ugly. I'm slow. I mean, the list can go on, and we're really good at labeling ourselves. And like I said, those labels are normally negative. Okay. And so like what I say here is these labels are self-imposed. Okay. We're doing this to ourselves. We're allowing others, and more importantly, we're allowing our heart to affect our mind, and we're telling ourselves these lies, because this is what you aren't what you say you are. Okay. You are who he says you are, like we see above. Okay. And so who does God say you are in this passage? What is he telling us? He's like, one, God makes marvelous things. Okay. That means me. That means you. That means us. We are marvelous. Okay. Two, God created you for a purpose. Because you're marvelous, he has a design for you. And God knows you better than you know yourself. Okay. So God knows you better than you know yourself. So these are the couple of thoughts I had. First, okay, this means that the self-imposed habits, or sorry, not habits, labels you and the world gives you are lies. Okay. And we have the power to break those habits by instead of believing them, because God only makes marvelous things. Okay. God only makes marvelous things. Therefore, we are marvelous, and we do not have to believe those self-imposed labels or those labels people slap on us. Granted, easier said than done. I 100% get that. Okay, the second thing is you are not an accident. Okay, and God doesn't make mistakes, and He created and designed you for a unique purpose that only you can accomplish. Okay, and we're going to get more to that here at the bottom. Okay, the third thing is because God created marvelous you and gave you a unique purpose, He knows you best. He knows your fears. He knows your dreams. He knows your insecurities. And therefore, you don't have to believe the lies that others are telling you or that you're telling yourself. Okay. So, like for me, when I was younger, I was told that I was fat and slow. And that's honestly putting it kindly. And because that was always on the forefront of my mind, like when I was in stinking, those little reading circle groups, and I would stammer and stutter, and it was brutal. I mean, brutal. And that was evidence to me that I'm dumb. Plus, look, I'm fluffy, I'm fat. And so I believe that. And what did that do? I just reinforced that. And do you think that helped me improve my reading, my writing, and my math? Having that just fixated in my mind, believing it, dwelling on it. No. So what did that do? I kept telling myself that I was a fat and dumb kid who only found temporary happiness when I was eating food. And even when I was little, I was cognizant of that. I would, the only time where I felt satisfied, and it only lasted while I was eating and maybe for 2 or 3 minutes afterwards, is when I was stuffing my face. Because that's how I found, that was what comforted me. That's what gave me security. And then as soon as I was done eating, what would happen? A cycle of guilt and shame, right? Because I'd feel bad because I was fat because I ate all this food. And then I'd be like, I'm always going to be fat. I'm always going to feel this way. Nobody's going to like me. And then those thoughts just continued. Okay. Now, thankfully, like I say here, God worked in and through with His grace and mercy. And because of how He worked in my life, I was able to overcome those self-defeating thoughts. Thank goodness. And then here's what that means for us is you and I are not an accident. Okay. You have a purpose. So this leads many to wrestle with, well, if that's the case, what am I here for? Or what am I made to do? Okay. Maybe the biggest philosophical question, why am I here? Even. And the first question to ask is, when you go to dig into this, is what can I do to make an impact on others around me? What's your I'm made for this kind of a thing? And for example, like me, it took me until I was 2017, I think 35, 36, to really find what that meant for me. And so I believe I'm called to inspire, encourage, and help others lose weight, get healthy, increase their energy levels, and look and feel their best. That's what I do. But this is why I do it. In order, I do that so that they can make an impact and fulfill their purpose to the best of their ability. Okay. And it's really important that you understand why I do it and how that cycle works. So it's a cycle that God designed. Imagine, like I say here, if the whole world lived like that, everyone living on mission, doing what they're called to do, each of us using our unique talents to make each other better. That would be nuts. That would literally be, like I say here, unbelievably powerful. It would literally be heaven on earth. So with that said, here's some questions that I put down here to help you determine your purpose. Okay. What does the world need? Okay. 2, what am I made to do to help fill this need? 3, what can I do to make a difference and leave a positive mark? 4, what breaks my heart? Okay. And then what's at risk if I don't do what I'm called to do? Okay. So think about that. I would encourage you to write it down and take 5 minutes and really think about what are your answers to those questions. because I think it will kind of show you, or at least give you a little bit more clarity on what you're called to do. What is your purpose? Because God made you for a reason. He has anointed you to do marvelous and wonderful things. Your purpose is ultimately something that frees you, challenges you, inspires you, and gives you a sense of meaning, like a meaning and mission and purpose. Now, does that mean it's going to be easy? No. Okay, not at all. Point in case. Okay, Jesus was sent to earth, right? And do you think his life was easy? He had a very clear purpose. He knew exactly what he was supposed to do, right? But do you think no, it was stinking hard. He got beaten, ridiculed, mocked, ultimately killed. Then he rose again. But like his life was not easy at all. But he still fulfilled for his purpose. Okay. And so my, I guess, claim is once you determine your God-given purpose, your life starts to make more sense, and you'll be more impactful. Okay. And that's really what I'm trying to do with my time, my talent, my treasure that's God given me. As he increases my faith and in my abilities, and he helps me renew my mind, because I still struggle with that fat dumb kid thing, believe it or not. And this is one way where I write down my thoughts and do these devotions, because I want to become more impactful. I want to help others, because if I can help others, it empowers them to use their unique time, their unique gifts to impact others. And then eventually one day it will literally be heaven on earth. That is the ultimate aim. And so my prayer is this. All right. God, thank you for creating me for a purpose and a plan that is bigger than myself. Okay. You make and know what's in my heart, not made. See, still kind of slow. Please help me to have a heart that reflects you. When I doubt my worth, remind me of your promise that I have been fearfully and wonderfully made. That is a prayer for myself, and that is my prayer for you. All right. I hope you have a great and awesome day. Sunday, go be awesome.